Hey, what's up, y'all? This is JimDre Westbrook, Worth the Wait Guy here, and you're now watching episode 19 of Expose Worth the Wait Guy Chronicles. On today, I'm going to talk to you guys about fruit plates and foot rubs. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Fruit plates and foot rubs. This is a three-part series. We're going to break it all down, starting with part one on today. And this is very, very interesting where I'm at in this point of my life. Still single. I'm in Vegas. I'm working. I'm grinding, but I'm still looking for that love, y'all. Like, I still haven't given up after my failed relationships with Tasha, after my failed relationship with Natalie, after my little, rendezvous with Stephanie. I'm still out here. Like, I still believe in love. I still believe that God will provide that for me. But I'm kind of in this strange place because I am here in Vegas and I am working at the pools and I see women all day, every day. So it's kind of one of those things where I believe, but what I think I want and what I know I'm going to end up with, what I know, I'm not seeing that. So it made it very, very tough for me because I'm trying to provide as a man and to help my family out, to make sure we're good. But at the same time, like, my heart kind of, I wasn't finding what I was looking for. So something interesting happened about 3 years ago where one of my homeboys got married. So we're in the wedding party. So that's me, Mike, Chris, a couple other cats back from the SAG. Like, we're all in his party, and we're just very, very excited because he's the first one out of our crew to get married. And what happened is that they got married in Atlanta. And for those who don't know, I love Atlanta. I love the A, one of my favorite cities. I'll actually be there in 2 weeks. Can't wait. And this is going to be one of those times where we're going to always remember this, right? So remember that I told you, this will be rememberable, not just because my boy got married, but because of some of the things that I did later in these chapters. So let's just get to the wedding and the things that led up to that wedding. For those who have been inside a wedding party, you understand that you kind of get all the itineraries. So you get in a website and it tells you, where it's going to be at, the registry, who's in the wedding party. So the groomsmen, the bridesmaids, all of that jazz, right? So we got that. And when we got hit with that, it was funny. Every single guy in that group chat, which about 5 or 6 of us, asked for this one particular woman, this one girl. Like, and we all like different things. So we never kind of try to spit game at the same woman because we're all different, right? But nah, not this time. All but one. Chris didn't because he knew her. Outside of Chris, everybody was like, yo, who is Stacey? I'm trying to holler. Hey, that's me. Everybody's trying to put in dibs and all of that stuff, including your boy. Like, that's me. And what was funny about that was I already had a date. Let me just put that out there. I already had a date to the wedding. So, mind you, I'm having a date and I'm trying to figure out who this other woman is as well. I'm single, no ring on this finger. I can do whatever I want to do. So I was interested. But I said, you know what? I have a date. I don't want to be a total douchebag. So I'm going to be a good guy. I'm going to honor my date, but I do want to know what's up with her. And when we found out what was up with her, she was spoken for. So I'm the type of guy, if I hear that, I'm good. I don't need nothing else. I don't care how fine you are, what I feel that you got and what you could do for me. Dead. Like, I'm good. So I moved on, kept it pushing, and I'd say the week leading up to the wedding, we got an update. It was fair game. She was a free agent, so anybody could do whatever they wanted to do. So my itinerary for the wedding changed. That, yes, I still was going to be a great date, but at the same time, I wanted to find out what was going on with Stacey. She was a corporate America woman doing her own thing, very independent. Seemed that she would check all those boxes that I used to have, right? And like I said, she was a sister. She was someone that I felt, you know what, if I could draw who I felt I would end up with, say this is back in the day, and this was like an art project in elementary school, the woman would have looked something like Stacey. You know what I mean? Now, she might have been the stick leg version or the stick woman version of Stacey, but you know what I mean? She would have looked like this woman. Characteristics, head to toe, it would have been her. So as we get down to this wedding, man, like I think that when I finally meet her, I met her. And I've talked about her before. And when I talk about her, I don't just mean any girl. I'm talking about the girl, the woman that I will marry. And as we kicked it and as we, talked and joked, and because she knew that I had a date to the wedding. So I was kind of, taken aback by that because I'm like, well, there's only one reason you knew that. Someone told you, or maybe I was a topic of discussion. So whatever it was, I wasn't really tripping because you paid attention. You know a little bit about me. I want to know a little bit more about you. And we kind of wrapped on that Friday. I had to fight through a couple guys, and not physically, but some of my homeboys were shooting shots, and I was shooting right there with them. So I was doing that. Now, I know some of y'all are probably like, yo, Dre, okay, I like this story, but what about old girl? You said you had a date. Yes, getting back to that. This is Friday, wedding's on Saturday. I was an excellent date. Made sure that she had the directions, made sure that she was good. She said she was good, y'all, right? Real good. I'll get back to her. At the wedding's perfect. We do a great job. I talked to Mark. Mark's like, hey, man, I saw your girl, referring to my date. I said, well, I didn't see her. Actually, I don't even know if she made it here. He's like, no, she made it here. I saw her. She was sitting by herself. She was there. Excellent, right? But I still don't know. So I'm texting, hey, did you make it? Da-da-da. I don't get anything back. I didn't hear from her until we were going to the wedding reception when she told me, you know what? I'm coming up. Cool, fine. I just want to make sure you're safe, right? So at this time, now I have the girl who is my date, but then I also have the girl that I'm interested in. So I'm kind of playing both sides. And some of y'all could be like, nothing wrong with that. But then some of y'all could be like, man, you should have committed to one or the other, right? So from this point forward, this story goes a whole nother way that I can't even explain because I only have 2 more minutes to talk with you guys on the day. So read this chapter. It's very important to my story. So from here on out, these things happen. My wedding date does not want to dance with me at the reception. It took my boy, Mike, to be his charming self to get her to dance with me for 1 minute. Then she sits back down. That same girl, after I basically said I had enough and go to the other girl, she leaves. So there's no more wedding date, right? So now I am focused. Now I have committed and I've made my mark. But the night gets even foggier because the one that I was chasing practically doesn't remember anything else from that night. She had a foggy night. She had a little bit too much to drink. She did some crazy things that I'm not even going to speak of on this video, but you can read about them in the blog. And everything that happened, y'all, I still wanted her. I still wanted her. I was so thirsty, so desperate that I wanted her at all costs. And you'll have to see if I get her in chapter 2. But I wanted her so bad because she looked like this picture that I referred to back in the day that I would have drawn in elementary school, that I felt that I needed to get that because that equated to success. That was the woman for me. But in doing all of that, y'all, and here's my takeaway, I never asked God if she was the one. I never thought that does her purpose align, or is it just I like her because she has all my preferences? Remember, y'all, don't be so thirsty. Don't be so desperate. Purpose is always over preferences. Please remember that, because I almost lost myself and almost lost something more than that, chasing somebody that I probably could have said hi and bye to. Just like that. All right, y'all, that's all I got. Part 2. We're going to bring it this week. Y'all have a good one. Peace.